one.
My name is Nick. I'm a full-time trader and entrepreneur. We put out tons of stuff for free for traders.
These are real trades. This is real money. I'm putting my money on the line.
This is going to be a live trading video. Here locking in over $1,000 on this trade.
Wow, I'd love to get in on this.
Technical insights that really look good to me.
Here we go, we're live.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the stream. What's up everybody in the chat? We got Gideon here. We got Andrew and Arjun. Everyone in the chat, thank you for being here. Omar, Will, Victoria, thanks guys for being here. Happy, what's today? Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. Thanks for showing up to another live stream. A lot of you guys come up to the stream each day, and I really appreciate that just because, you know, I show up obviously to these streams every day. I kind of have to since, you know, it's on the channel, but it's always cool to see people who come back each day and do their analysis alongside me. Some of you guys actually, what's kind of cool is sometimes I'll go on Instagram and someone will like film a little piece of the stream or something, and they will, they'll like tag me on their Instagram or whatever, and it like shows up in my notifications. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Somebody was watching the stream. And, you know, sometimes people will even send me like doing their markups next to the stream, which is really cool. So shout out to the people out there who are putting in the work and working really hard on their trading. Trading is something that, you know, it really does take showing up each day and really putting in the effort, because it's not something that's easy. It's literally a lifelong sort of journey if you really want to be a profitable and successful trader. It's something that does not come overnight. I want to say one thing too. One thing that you guys might, you might agree with this. I had this thought, right? A lot of times newer traders, and I'm speaking from my experience, right? Like I know that other people think this, but I know that I did for sure, right? A lot of people think this, but you know, when I was a trader or a new trader, right? When I was just getting into this stuff and I was trying things out and playing with strategies and watching YouTube videos, I would hear these people talking on the internet about how, you know, they would make so much money in such a short period of time. And I always wondered, you know, what kind of trading capital are they working with and how good are they? And when I was a new trader, my concept of someone who was good at trading was that they were just this really talented price action. They could just look at the candles and they would know everything is going on in their favor, right? That was my idea of what a profitable, successful trader is. And not only that, that they could turn small amounts of money into big amounts of money very easily, very consistently, because they were talented traders. And there's some truth to that, but there's some things missing. So let me just straighten this out for you. A profitable trader is not someone who can take a $500 account and turn it into $1,500 in a couple weeks. That's not what a profitable trader is. A profitable trader is someone who can take 20 grand and turn it to 40 grand safely over a few years, right? That's what a profitable trader is. Because a profitable trader isn't a magician. They don't know what's going to happen. I can't look at this chart and say, well, I know that this, and this is going to happen, and then the dollar is going to do this, right? It would be nice. Let me try and fix my camera. It'd be nice to be able to be like a magician and know everything that's going to happen before it happens. But we're not fortune tellers, right? There's a reason you put a stop loss on your trade. There's a reason that you take risk management into consideration. It's because you can have an idea of where the market's going. You can have a bunch of reasons for why you think that the market is going up or it's going down. But at the end of the day, the markets are volatile and they can change their mind like that. And to act like you know where everything's going all the time is a complete joke, right? It's not that easy. I come up here every day. I make opinions, I make calls and ideas, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. And the point is, I'm never going to be perfect, and neither are you. And the second you sort of realize that, you realize, okay, profitable traders aren't magicians or perfect or you know, always making money. They're just like you and I. The difference is what they do is they manage their risk. They keep things small. They're not trying to double their account in a couple of weeks. They're trying to double their accounts over the years, right? And trading with bigger capital. So I don't know. Do you guys, sorry for the start of the stream rant, but it was something that's on my mind. I just remember when I was a newer trader, the idea in my head was that hey, if if they're doing this, what that means is that they know where all the market is going, or where the market's going all the time. They're, putting huge lot sizes on their trades and going in and out and making tons of money and scalping the 10-minute chart, or 5-minute chart. That's like what I thought profitable traders were. And that's just not the case. Every profitable trader that I know does not do any of that stuff. They don't try and double accounts. They don't try and scalp all the time and, try and predict the market's every move. They're patient. They're looking for big moves. They're looking for, to keep their risk small. All those things that you hear over and over again, they're actually doing them. Everyone talks about doing them. They're actually doing them. So sorry for the rant, you guys. Thanks for being here. Happy Tuesday to you. We've got some very important stuff to look at today. And I hope that message resonated with at least one person. If one person is listening and they're like, wow, that's an interesting, take on it. I never thought about it that way. Then we did it. We made the stream worthwhile. If we can impact one person each day, I would consider that more than a success. Victoria says, absolutely slow and consistent. Most of these so-called traders have blown accounts. And we probably all have made trading mistakes. I'm not, going to say I haven't, right? And the biggest thing is just acknowledging, hey, we all make mistakes, and no one is, the traders out there that you see, the ballers, right? The ones who are showing you Lambos and their Instagram looks so cool and they have cars. They're not real, right? They're faking it. It's just the truth. Unless they have a track record, unless they're, they have something to show you, they're showing you a dream that's not realistic. Anyways, we've talked about that a million times. We won't go into that today. Let's look at the dollar. Dollar DXY here on the daily chart. Taking a look. Let's jump into it now. You've heard enough of my rants, and you're probably like, Nick, can we just do some analysis? And yes, we can. No more. Well, I'm not gonna promise no more rants, but I'll try and keep them to a minimum from here. So the dollar still moving up. I still think that, until this thing really tries to make a significant change in direction, that the path of least resistance for this thing overall is to the upside. Trend lines nicely to the upside, right? You've got higher lows coming in on the daily chart. You've also got the moving averages lined up beautifully, and this little counter trend here. What I'm looking for on the dollar, I've been talking about it for a while, is a breakout of this and looking for continuations past the previous high of year. I do think that it's possible that before the end of the year, we could make a new high. It is November now, so we are coming to the end of the year, believe it or not. This has been a quick year, huh? But we are coming to the end of the year, and I do think that it is possible that the dollar could end on a high note. So I'm still looking for dollar long setups going into the rest of the year until something changes. That seems like the path of least resistance. We got an uptrend here. We've got, higher lows and strength overall. And people who have been short on the dollar this year have been taken a little bit for a ride. So we'll see if that can continue going into 2022. Sounds weird to say, but 2022 is around the corner. And sometimes, you get those new year trends that can really they can really move. So we'll keep tabs on the dollar as always. The dollar is probably our number one tracked thing to watch here on the streams. We talk about it every day just because it has such an impact on everything: stocks, other currencies, risk on, risk off, gold. So we'll keep going, but we're going to take a look at a bunch of stuff today. So let's take a look at EURUSD here. We'll jump over to see what's going on with the euro. Now, price did come back to this level that I liked. I did not take a short here because I was still holding on to my dollar yen trade, which, by the way, closed out for a profit. Congrats to anybody who was buying dollar yen the last few days. We caught some great moves, and I ended up taking profit there as things started to reverse. So happy to do that. We'll talk about that in just a second. But EURUSD here on the 4-hour chart, we did see that big monster drop, right? And then now pulling back, coming up to that 38.2% retracement, not quite seeing an immediate reaction. However, still hugging this trend line here that we marked in yesterday's technical analysis on stream. So where do we go from here? Well, I do like this thing. Maybe the play is just to be a little bit patient and try and grab at something like this 50% retracement. That could actually be another level to look at closely. Like I said, I didn't end up taking any shorts yesterday, but I do like EURUSD to the short side personally. Of course, please remember that's not me telling you to go take a trade like that. I'm not telling you to do anything on your account. I'm just sharing my thoughts and opinions. I always have to say that because, there are newer traders in the audience and they're like, oh, short the EURUSD. I'm going to go do that, right? but that doesn't, I'm not telling you what to do, because there is a lot that goes into every trade. You have to think about what your risk is going to be. What is what's your plan of action? And that's not something that someone else can do for you. So anyways, this idea here, I like the idea of shorting at that 50% retracement sounds pretty decent to me. Maybe something like that, with a target maybe back down towards the lows. We could see this thing, when the Euro USD gets moving, it could drop like a rock. And if you've been watching the streams, I have been bearish on Euro USD, and I've been looking for opportunities to short. So I'll keep an eye on this one today. Maybe if we get a little bit more of a pop today, I'll be interested in actually picking up that short position. Downward trend overall on the 4-hour and the daily chart. Although recently we've sort of consolidated a little bit, but overall we had been trending to the downside. Here's the daily view, and you can see that kind of in action. You've got these moving averages really moving down, lower highs in the higher time frames. And so I like the idea of shorting the Euro USD if I can find a good setup today. Of course, if I take any trades, I will share them inside of the Discord channel. If you're not already in the Discord, you can actually, I'll drop it for you real quick. Let me see if I can do this. Let's drop the Discord invite. There we go. So let me do this, copy, drop it in here. Bam. Okay, there's the Discord link, you guys, if you want to join the Discord. Discord is kind of like Telegram. It basically is just it is a way to connect with other traders. We have a Discord channel with thousands of people that you can come join if you would like. By joining this, I'm going to pin the message so you guys can grab it. So there it is. It's pinned to the top of the stream, so you can go grab it. It's in the chat room right now. So here's what it kind of looks like. I'll just pull it up so you can see. Bam, here's the Discord. So in the Discord, what I do is I share every trade that I take. So if I am long on a position, if I'm short on a position, everything that I take gets dropped inside of this channel with full explanations. So here's the dollar yen trade that I took a few days ago. I bought at the 38.2% retracement. We did see a nice run to the upside there, so my entry was pretty decent. Price rallied up and ended up rejecting here, and as the price came back down, that's where I took my trailing stop profit. So I did make some money on that trade for those of you guys who were tracking along on dollar yen with me. Before I forget, we are doing a Black Friday sale this week, so or this month actually. But let me say this. So as a regular or a non-VIP member, you do get some stuff. You get access to like the free analysis that's sent out each day, and you get a couple free PDF downloads. But the real stuff is for the VIP members. You get access as a VIP member. You get access to our chat room. You can chat with myself and the rest of the gang. You can see the trades that I am taking, Patrick and Ryan. We also do in-depth research. We have analysts who are doing detailed fundamental analysis each week on things like the dollar, gold market, whatever, right? And sharing that. We also do coaching calls Wednesday and Friday with Ivan. You might know Ivan from this channel and also the A1 Trading channel. He comes on and does coaching calls, answering questions and working with members. So if you are not already in the Discord, if you would like to upgrade to the gold VIP option, it's this month only. We're doing the 40% off Black Friday sale, and all of that information is down below in the description. Oh, as you can see right below me, Chandler's got it set up. The Black Friday sale is 40% off, and it is the best price of the year. So click that link down below in the description if you'd like to be a VIP member. And if you use the code, you'll get that Black Friday 40% off discount. I know I'm coming in heavy with it today. I've been really, pumping the join the group, just because what happens every year, we've been doing this for a while. Every year we do the big Black Friday sale. And then at the end of it, some people are like, hey, I missed it. And then we're like, sorry, we said it like 100 times. So there's your chance to join. Black Friday sale is going all this month, so check it out down below in the description. So we will see. Please do me a favor, don't spam the chat. We're not going to look at charts if you spam. There's too many messages coming in from this guy. Let me I had to put him in timeout. Yeah, sorry. Please don't spam the chat. It makes it hard to read everybody's comments. So let's keep going. We'll take a look at some more charts. So anyways, yeah, EURUSD, I'm watching it. If I take a trade today, you guys are in the Discord, you'll see it. I'm not quite ready for it. I might like that 50% retracement, but I'll have to go do some research after the stream just to see. But we'll keep moving on. We'll take a look at dollar yen. So dollar yen, here is the trade. Like I said, that we took inside of the group the last week or so. So you can see I ended up buying this zone. It held really nice. And we did actually see the breakout, right? So we saw the move up. And the big thing for me was this breakout here. Once that broke, that's where I trailed my stop loss up. And basically, as price started to drop today, I was able to get out of there for a nice profit before the rest of the drop. So feeling pretty good about that one today. So with that said, that is dollar yen. Is there a chance to re-enter? Maybe, but now it seems like we've kind of entered into a bit of a range. So you can see, you had this area hold, you had this area hold, and now we're just kind of chopping back and forth. However, I love the idea of a breakout on dollar yen because I love the trend, right? So the trend here to the upside, very, very strong. I like the idea of taking a buy trade here on dollar yen. If we can see some form of momentum pick back up, maybe we get something like this. Maybe we get price make a move here and then bam, 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 right? I love that idea for an entry. If that pops its head back up, if that comes back around, then by all means, I will be looking at dollar yen a little bit closer. But where we currently sit, we're kind of in no man's land. We're kind of range bound. So I'm gonna pause on this one for now. I've got some other things that are definitely hot on my watch list that I'd like to be trading personally. So we will keep tabs on it. We'll keep taking a look. Let's take a look at pound yen, you guys. We talked about pound yen a lot recently, and I wanted to show you this. So pound yen came down to that 38.2% retracement, which we've, if you've been watching the streams, we've talked about this every time with pound yen. Look at this little tag of that 38.2. That's a cheeky little touch there because it came all the way up here, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high, and bam, tagged that 38.2. And it seems like a lot of people had the same idea that we did on the stream. They ended up buying that 38.2% retracement pretty aggressively. You did have it's kind of hard to see on the 4-hour chart, but on the 1-hour chart, you can see it a little better. You kind of had this like breakout point here, which acted as a level of support here at that 38.2% retracement. So nice little pickup for those of you guys who are long on the pound yen. That's probably a nice little trade there so far. I think that pound yen, big thing to watch for this is similar to dollar yen. If we can get a breakout above this trend line, something like that, making a move back up to the previous top, very well, looks very, very good to me. Victoria says, my favorite pair to trade. I know it's your favorite pair. You always talk about whenever pound yen comes up, Victoria has something to say. It's funny because different people have different like charts, and I'll see it in the chat, right? Sometimes I watch the chat back later because it's really hard to multitask, truthfully, being a streamer. Like I'm trying to look at trade setups myself. I'm talking to the chat. I'm making sure that the stream is running. So I do my best. I'm sorry when I'm not good about comments. Don says, GJ looks bullish to me. Hello from Atlanta and go Braves. Yes, I'm with you on that. So I've been watching all the Braves games. It's been a lot of fun, and go Braves. Yeah, there's the confetti for you. I'm not even that big of a baseball fan until, I've been going to games the last few years, but of course, when they're in the World Series, it makes it a little bit more fun. So which one of your videos shows how to put lines and analyze? Really need to answer, Nick. Yeah, so I have a bunch of videos. You can look up you can look my channel name up, like Trader Nick, support and resistance videos. You can look up trend line videos if you're looking for technical analysis help. I will say that most of my trading is not, it is technical, but a lot of my trading is also fundamental analysis. So I'm looking at, COT report data, and I'm looking at things like unemployment rates and monetary policies and things like that that can really be impacting overall. So if you don't know anything about fundamental analysis and you're interested in hearing about that, there is plenty of that inside of our private VIP Discord. If that's something that you're interested in, we have an educational section where you can see, if you're looking for a strategy and you're like, I have no idea how to create a strategy, and I'm missing the fundamental analysis, and I just don't know. We have an entire educational portal that's available to our members that you can download PDFs from, that you can read up on fundamental analysis and sentiment analysis and technical analysis and look through our strategies. You can actually download our strategies in PDF form inside of the group. So that is something that is also available as part of our service that we offer here at A1 Trading. Yeah, so I like pound yen long. I really do. And if it maybe tags back today, I may even honestly pick it up there at 38.2% retracement. I like that level quite a bit. There are some other ones though too. We're going to keep on with the yen concept for a second. Let's look at Aussie yen today, because I know the yen kind of had a little bit of a bid today. It got some strength come back into it. So I really like this. This level here could be interesting. And of course, you can already see it kind of bouncing there. Aussie yen showing some resistance up top here. We actually already had that marked from last time. But yeah, lots of resistance up top here. We had that triple top. So I do like this one. We'll see where the Aussie goes. NZD yen. I know I'm switching quick. Sorry, Chandler. We'll keep going here. So New Zealand yen, similar, looks very, very similar, actually. Nice little supportive structure down below. Let me not delete my chart. There we go. Yeah, so we've got some supportive structure here. And I like the Aussie and the New Zealand on the long side right now from a commodity pair approach, right? You have things, things are moving so fast here in the US in terms of commodities that right now I know some people who are building houses, and by the time that they had finished some of the houses that they were building, they had to raise the prices because of like the lumber or the commodities price, right? So I don't know how to explain this well, but basically because the price of lumber, because of the price of oil and all these things are going up so fast, maybe because of inflation, maybe because of supply and demand, but whatever the reasons, right? They're going up, and that's causing housing prices to actually go up with them, which is a big deal for a lot of industries, including the housing industry. So Aussie dropped after the RBA last night. Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you, Denise. I forgot about that. We didn't even look at that today. What happened with that? So what did they have to say? What did they have to say? What kind of drama went down? RBA jettisons yield curve control, but continues sinks despite scraping. Okay. The Aussie dollar was lower in the aftermath of a less dovish RBA in one of those highly anticipated monetary policy meetings. The RBA abandoned the yield curve control component of monetary policy. They will no longer target 0.1% on the April 2024 Australian Commonwealth. The cash rate was left unchanged at 0.1. Okay. Until mid-February of the bond that the bank will no longer be targeting. Okay, interesting. So this one stuck out to me. RBA abandoned the yield curve control component of monetary policy, which sounds like a lot of fancy words to me. Abandoning the yield curve control component of monetary policy. That probably is it, right? That probably is a big component of the drop, because they didn't change rates, of course. They didn't make any drastic things there. But sometimes that's the point, is when you get these statements, they can say one thing that changes the entire sort of demeanor of the central bank. And when Australia does something like that, you can see, it causes a big move. Now, even though the dollar is dropping, you can actually see that the Australian dollar is going down. Why would that be? So if the dollar... So what would the reason? Here's a quiz question for you guys. Ready? AUD, USD. Why is Aussie dollar going down if the US dollar is going down? So just a reminder, XY is kind of down today. Actually, I guess it's not really too down. Let me look. I mean, it had a move down. Yeah, we'll say. So the dollar's coming down. Why is Australian dollar on the daily chart coming down so much? What's the reasoning behind that? And it's kind of a trickier, little bit more of an advanced question, but I'll give you a second. If the dollar's coming down, why is AUD USD coming down, right? Because if the dollar was coming down, wouldn't we expect Aussie dollar to go up, right? If the dollar's coming down, why isn't AUD/USD moving higher? That's your advanced question for the day. Because the market fluctuates always. Well, that is true, but yes, Denise with the hammer of truth. Yes, that's correct. The reason is because, well, oh yeah, Shane, also gravity, maybe it. No, Denise's answer is correct. AUD is weaker. So this is something that is a little bit weird to people, right? And for the newer traders, this might be a little lesson that might help you a lot. So if two things are weak, right, and you put them up against each other, if the Aussie dollar is going down, let's give it, well, actually, okay, let's do this. If the dollar is coming down today, and let's give it, just for reference, comparatively speaking, 1 down arrow. But then the AUD is coming down really hard, right? Both of these things are coming down, and we'll give it 3 down arrows. Okay, so both of these currencies are weakening overall today, right? But the reason that this one is coming down, people might say, well, the dollar's coming down, so shouldn't AUD/USD go up? But the answer is, remember, it's all like a proportion. It's all like comparatively speaking. So if the US dollar is coming down, yeah, sure, that's weak for the dollar. But if the AUD is really coming down, then we would still see the chart come down. That can be confusing for people sometimes because, for example, let's say the dollar is is really, really strong for the day, right? But then the dollar yen is coming down. People are like, why? It could be, remember, that people are choosing one currency over the other, right? So if we're looking at AUD/USD right below me, if people are over here choosing the dollar big time, right? It's still going to cause the AUD/USD to come down. So just a little advanced concept. It's all, remember, when we're looking at currencies, we have to look at them from where are people choosing? Are they choosing to go to the dollar? Are they choosing to go to the Aussie, right? That's the idea. So we'll keep going along. AUD/USD, where does the drop continue or does it continue? We'll have to see. But the big thing here that kind of sticks out to me is that we did get a little bit of a big drop here, right? So we had this upward trajectory, right? Upward and onwards for the AUD/USD until we saw this lower high. So I think that the Aussie dollar may be due for a bit more of a retracement. Honestly, we may see this thing come down a little bit more aggressively. Let's look at the daily chart just for reference, because when something like this, when you get this big all of a sudden move, you almost have to back out and say, like, okay, well, where could this thing reasonably go, right? So we had the breakout. It does seem like this trend here may be, I'm not going to say it's dead, but it may seem like it's going to take a pause here. I think that's reasonable. And you kind of have a little bit of a ugly head and shoulders pattern on that 4-hour and 1-hour chart. So anyways, where could this thing go? Well, I like to get my fibs out personally. So we could just say like here. And I'm still saying that the Aussie dollar could still go higher, but a reasonable place to retrace to, the 38.2%, like that first stop, is still, what is this? It's still, 45, 50 pips away. So there may be some intraday stuff that traders are out there looking at. If you're looking at this thing from like a 1-hour chart, you're saying, oh, okay, we got the break. Maybe you get something like this. Maybe you get an intraday pullback. And if you're bullish on the dollar, maybe there's something like this, right? Bam, bam. So there's lots of setups out here today. I don't have a ton that are like ready to fire a trade off, but I do have a lot on my mind that are like pending, right? So I like that. I like EURUSD today. I like not so ready for dollar yen, but maybe pound yen looks kind of interesting. So yeah, I don't know. That looks kind of interesting to me there. So yeah. Let's take a look at CAD yen really quick. Another yen cross to look at today. Here is your 4-hour view. So 4-hour view, I still like this thing to the upside. I was kind of waiting for something like this. I'd like to see like a breakout in favor of the trend. Something like that could be of interest to me. But again, a lot of things pending, but not quite ready today. So I'm not going to force my way into a trade unless it's really there. I do really like that EURUSD concept that we talked about earlier. So we'll keep tabs on that, see if there's anything there for us going into the rest of the day. And yeah, let's, what do you guys want to look at? Drop in the chat really quick what you would like to look at next. I'm imagining we might get a lot of people who want to look at gold. Dade is missing. Yeah, where's Dade been? Hope he's doing all right. Maybe I'll send him a message. Oh, hey, Ivan. Good to see you, my friend. Gold, NZD CAD, USD Swiss, gold or oil, gold, Euro Aussie, pound dollar. What's up, Ivan? Good to see you, man. Dollar Swiss, pound Aussie, gold. Okay, well, it looks like gold. And then maybe we'll do one of the pound pairs because it seems like you guys want to look at the pound pairs today. Sorry for people who are not going to get their choice selected. It's not personal. I just I'm trying to do something that everyone wants to look at. Okay, so gold here is really interesting because the reason or the thing I've been saying about gold here is that because I'm net dollar bullish, right? It's hard for me to really jump on the whole super bullish on gold thing because if the Fed is marching towards tightening monetary policy, what that usually means is dollar strength, gold weakness, right? And so that's the question. We already saw how market participants are reacting here. We're seeing a little bit of rejection coming into the New York session as the dollar bounces back just a bit. And I think that gold, if the dollar continues to be strong, which I have been betting on it, and I've been looking for more dollar long setups. If that happens, I think gold very well could drop back down to something like this previous low here, and maybe even continuing on from there. Now, of course, gold is not something that I'm actively shorting right now. But what I pointed out the other day is that we did have a little bit of a shift in the tone of gold, right? In the sense that, okay, we had buyers pretty consistently stepping up and buying every dip on gold, right? Several instances of that. Then right here, we kind of had a shift in tone, right? You had this lower high come in, you had the breakout underneath, and now the retest of structure. So to me, I like the idea of gold maybe coming down more before trying to go buy it. Personally, right? I'm not, like I said, I'm not actively shorting this thing, but because I'm dollar positive, I have to be pretty cautious on the gold long side of things. Now, of course, as always, I can be wrong. This thing could be up, way up here by the end of the week. Who knows? But really, for me, just because I am dollar positive, I'm looking for dollar long setups. I can't really justify going long on gold at the same time. Because remember what we just got done talking about, you guys. XAUUSD, right? When people are favoring one, usually what that means is that the other gets, it's about a preference thing. If people are going out of gold and into the dollar, that's where we would see the gold market come down. If people are doing the opposite, if they're going out of the dollar into gold as sort of that safe haven, then of course we could see gold come up, right? So it's just a matter of preference. And because I am bullish on the dollar, it's not that remember the gold market could still go up while the dollar still goes up. It's possible. But in many cases, usually it's one or the other. And so because I'm leaning towards the dollar, I can't really justify a massive long position. However, I will say this also, if you get the breakout, that could have been one big fake. So if we see something like this, if you see a big pop, and honestly for me, maybe a move above the high here at 1810, then we very well could be back onto our march back to 1830, right? 1830 being this big level here that we saw hold throughout 2021 quite well, right? Back here. That's September, July, and July. So holding really well back there. So for me, right now, looking to see if gold can either make a breakout or if it really wants to continue this downward trend, right? This is sort of the third trend line tag right there to the upside, right? So we tagged up here, came up here again. Question mark is, do we see that follow through and that real sell off? But that's where I'm at with gold. I won't spend too much time on it just because it's not something that I'm actively trading myself. But please don't spam the chat. Do me a favor. I was going to look at dollar CAD, but because you spam, now I'm not going to do it. So please don't spam the chat. It's not fair to all the other people who are trying to patiently insert their questions and stuff. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading your comments. I'll do one more real quick. I don't think I did pound dollar. So I know people were saying like pound Aussie and things like that. And I would like to do that, but I think more people are saying pound dollar. So let's just look at the pound really quick. So the pound. So let's look at the daily chart first. So we'll just do a real quick daily chart view. Daily chart, pretty bearish, right? Lots of downward trend structure here. We sort of saw a little bit of a breakout, but now it does seem like price is making a move back down. So for me right now, if we're looking at this from just like a moving average perspective, you can pretty much see there is downward trend structure here. We are seeing big areas of longer term sellers who have been stepping in and consistently pushing this thing lower. So it does seem like there's just this move towards the dollar, right? And that's what we're seeing across the board. Lots of preference towards buying that dollar. And when that happens, when we look at something like pound dollar, if everyone's buying the dollar and selling things like the pound, right? Selling the pound, buying the dollar, selling the pound, buy the dollar, sell the pound, buy the dollar. If that keeps happening, right? A path of least resistance, just going with the flow here, is a move back down to the lows and maybe even lower, right? Now, I'm not saying that that's, I actually kind of like the idea of buying the pound as well. So this is also not one that I'm super interested in actually trading myself. And I know that sometimes people are like, well, then just talk about the ones that you want to trade. And I do that. I usually look at things like right now, dollar, yen, euro, USD. Those are my two favorite currency pairs to be trading at this time. I have a clear bias on them. I have setups that I like, and I've been calling them out in the Discord. Like I said earlier, you can see, I took this dollar yen trade. I just got out of this one for a profit, closed out of it for a profit on the retrace today, and may look to re-enter something else today. So we'll keep tabs on dollar yen inside of the group. If you're not already in the Discord, there's a pinned message in the chat room right now. So if you go over to the chat box, it's on that side of the content, or I guess if you're on your phone, it's underneath. But wherever you're watching in the chat, there's a pinned message to join the Discord if you'd like. But I called that dollar yen trade, and so far looking half decent from here on the dollar long setup, but may look to re-enter new setups on dollar yen or things like euro USD. But I do like, pound dollar. It's not, if there's a setup that's there, I may take it. I haven't been trading it recently, but it's just not my favorite one to be looking at. But again, overall downward trend structure here. I like the idea of looking to the pound for, maybe a move back down to the previous low. That could make a lot of sense. If you are bullish on the dollar, maybe you did take a short here. If you were short up here and you're saying, okay, where do we go from here? I would say, we could see a price move back down to 1.345 and maybe even a tag lower of the year, right? That was the yearly low. So we'll see if we can get something moving here going into the new year. So with that said, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. Remember that our Black Friday sale is this month, and it is the best price that we offer all year on the Discord VIP version. If you would like access to that, there's a link down below in the description and a promo code. Use that code, plug it in when you sign up, and you'll get 40% off. That's the best price that you're going to get all year for our Black Friday / November sale. Hope to meet some of you guys and chat with you there. I'll be over there in just a few minutes. If you are a VIP member, keep tabs on the trade alert section. I'm going to be probably doing some updates there and writing in some of the trades. After looking at all this stuff, I have a couple ideas that I'd like to possibly act on. So with that said, thank you very much for joining us today, and we will see you back next time. What's up, you guys? Thank you so much for making it to the end of today's stream. It really does go way more than you know towards supporting this content and our team here behind the scenes that makes all of this content possible. Before you go, I want to invite you to join our free Telegram and our free Discord, which will both be linked down below in the description. We share trading ideas, we share tips and tricks, broker recommendations, things that may be helpful to you in your trading career. And again, it's completely free. So down below in the description, click those links, join us there, and we'll see you in the next stream.